What's going on, guys? I'm back to make another cobbler today. If you watched my last video, the blackberry cobbler turned out real good. Today I'm going to be making a blueberry cobbler. I've never made it before, so hopefully it turns out just as good as my last video. And I'm going to start out by making my dough so it's ready when I start heating up the oven. So I'm gonna add a little bit more flour this time. I'm gonna add 2 cups because there wasn't enough dough in the blackberry cobbler. So I'm gonna add a little bit more this time. Hopefully get the amount that I was wanting. Okay. I don't know if there's a certain order you're supposed to put the dry stuff in, but I always do flour first and nothing ever goes wrong. So. And then I'm going to do 2 cups of sugar too, because the last recipe was a cup and a half, but it didn't, everyone was saying it needed a little bit more sugar, so I'm going to put 2 cups this time. And this is a ½ cup scoop, that's why I'm putting so many. Alright, and then we need a little bit more baking powder this time too, since I'm up in the ingredients. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of baking powder, just so it matches the flour and sugar, since I'm adding a little bit more of those. Alright. And then lastly, need some milk. I'm going to put a cup and 3/4. I'm just adding a little bit more from the last recipe. Again, because I'm putting more flour and sugar, because it needed some more. Okay. Alright. Gonna mix this up real good. And then I'll get started on the Dutch oven and get that heated up and everything. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. I'm gonna get my my coals in there. Yeah, well, forgot the lighter fluid was in there. Plenty. You always want to make sure you have a few extra coals, just in case you need to add some while you're cooking. But I don't think we'll need it today, it's really hot. Alright, make sure you get a whole bunch of lighter fluid. Let that soak. The more coals you have, the longer you want to let it soak, because it's not going to burn very long if you don't let it soak. But since these are so close together and it's not too many, I'm just going to light it right now. Yeah, see, it got going pretty easily. Alright, so I'm going to let the coals heat up, and then I'm going to get the Dutch oven all set up, and we'll start the whole cooking process. Okay, so I'm going to do the same amount of coals as last time. I might add a few more in the middle or towards the end. So I'm going to put about 8 on bottom. Eight on bottom, 16 on top. You try and make sure these are nice, and you want to get it as even as possible, because if you don't, some spots on your cobbler won't be as cooked as other parts. So, okay, so I got 8 on there. Actually, let me Get rid of that one. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna put this up here. Alright. And I'll put it probably like 17 on my Dutch oven. Just because I put a little bit more ingredients this time. See, look how nice my Dutch oven looks from the... I'll show y'all how to clean and season it when I'm done here. Give it that nice glossy finish. It looks so much brand new pretty much after you're done cleaning it. Okay. I always like to go around the outside first. It's easier to go outside in so you can put it on there more evenly. And then I start putting them towards the middle. Okay. Okay, so we got 17 on here. I'm gonna let it heat up for a second, a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the butter in and start getting all the ingredients put in there eventually. So I got this all set up. And, yeah, I'm going to go let it heat up and I'll put the butter in there. And, I'll be right back. So, the Dutch oven's nice and hot now. I'm going to go ahead and put the butter in. And this isn't more than one stick, it's just one stick divided into thirds, so that's just how it came packaged. But if you have a whole stick, you can just throw the whole thing in there. Yeah, see, it's going to the right, so I'm going to try and get the Dutch oven a little more straight so the butter stays in the middle. So that's kind of how you tell if your cobbler's going to cook evenly or not. Okay. Okay, it's not wanting to, so I'm going to wedge it up with something. Trying to get it straighter. And you don't want to put anything in here until your butter is completely melted, because then you're going to have chunks of butter sitting in your cobbler. Okay. It's pretty straight. As long as it doesn't just shoot to the right like that, you should be fine. See how it's just slowly moving to the right? Really slowly like this one. It should be alright. Okay, so I'm going to come back when that's fully melted and I'm going to start putting the ingredients in. Okay, so the butter's nice and melted now. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting everything in. Alright, so got my dough. I want to make sure you covered the entire bottom of the Dutch oven with the dough, so you get an even amount all the way across the board. Get a spoon so I can get all the dough out, or the batter. Make sure all that gets... Alright. So now I'm going to put the blueberries in. Kind of just trying to spread them out as best I can. The whole idea here is, well, my thought process is this is just like a peach cobbler, because that's what I make the most, but with blueberries. So I'm using the same process as I would if I'm making a peach cobbler. So you just make your dough or your batter. You put the butter in, get the Dutch oven set up, all that I just showed you, and then you just set the fruit in there. You never want to mix it. Don't stir it around with it. You just kind of set it in there. Okay. Add the last bit of blueberries. I had 2 containers, but this looks like a lot of blueberries already. If you can see it. Looks like a lot of blueberries already, so I think I might just leave it like that. But before I do that, before I let that cook, you always want to have some sort of liquid, because the blueberry doesn't have any liquid itself. It's just the solid fruit. So I actually had to call and ask my grandma and my grandpa, because they're the Dutch oven experts, and they told me to add a little bit of milk and water, and that's what I did on the blackberry cobbler, and it turned out real good. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a quarter of each, quarter of milk, quarter of water, and that should give us the liquid that we need for it to turn out alright. Okay, so now that all that's in there, I'm going to give it about 20 minutes, 25 minutes before I check on it, and I'll give y'all an update. Okay, so I came out here to check on the cobbler. It's been about 25 minutes, and it's looking like it's getting there right now, actually. I think I might take it off in about 3 or 4 minutes. I was going to come maybe add a few more coals, but I think it might actually be pretty close to done. Yeah, so once I get it in my house and the Dutch oven cleaned off, I'll show y'all what it looks like whenever we dig into it. Okay, so it cooked really evenly, came out pretty good. So whenever my family gets home from Sonic, we're gonna dig in and see how it looks on the inside. But yeah, it turned out real good. I didn't have to add any coals or anything. It only took about 25 minutes to cook, so yeah, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, the blueberry cobbler turned out awesome. Everyone liked it. I didn't get a rating part of the video because everyone's kind of doing some stuff right now. My older brother's cooking, my dad's on the phone with work, and so I didn't end up doing that. And I was going to make a separate part of the video on how to clean and season it, but my kitchen's kind of dirty right now, and my older brother's using it to cook, so I'll probably just make a separate video. So if y'all ever do need to go look at it, it's there, and you don't have to skip through an entire video. So I'll probably just make a how-to type video, how to clean it and stuff. But I'm off for the next few days because of the coronavirus stuff that's going on, and I'll probably make another cobbler here in the next few days. I don't know what I'm going to make yet, probably something I haven't done yet, because these last two have turned out really good. So yeah, I'm going to keep the videos going, and hopefully they keep turning out good like these two right now.